I'd like to leave you with one last title from one of the finest studios in the world that captures the very best of the PlayStation spirit.
Oh boy.
Thank you all so much and have a wonderful evening.
Crash Bandicoot.
One more thing.
Oh, just
What
one
is
more
it?
thing.
Oh, I know.
So, what do you think?
I got shivers.
It's a lot to take in, kid. Where do I even start?
You'll get malaria.
You've been out of the game for a long time. Or maybe I need to remind you the kind of people we'd be crossing here.
Sully.
Sully, I know the risks. But come on, it's a surefire
Said
plan.
you wanted more stuff.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
If there's
Sweet
one thing
new
I've learned
CG
in all
trailer.
these years, it's there's no such thing as a surefire plan.
I don't really have an option here. You know that. Yeah, maybe you're right. I've been out of the game, but I need back in.
They never
So
do
can I
that
count
in
on
video
you?
games.
One last time.
All right, kid. Let's go do it.
When is the studio that
One
makes all
last
these
time.
CG trailers going to make a film? Because maybe that Uncharted film could be CG. Well, there's just one problem with that. What you just watched was in-game. What you just watched was goddamn fucking within the fucking game.
That is.
Fuck. What the fuck?
That's one of those instances.
Naughty Dog has never lied. That's the thing.
yet.
Naughty Dog's track
You
record
really
has been
scarily
perfect.
skeptical.
Nice.
I couldn't believe it. When I was watching it, I was like, this is CG. This is fucking CG during when I was watching it live.
Insanity.
Technically, in engine.
Yeah.
However, they verified it. Naughty Dog says real-time rendering. Because in-engine could mean they could use the engine, then set some computers, 20 computers to render it over the course of a week, right?
Yeah.
In-engine doesn't mean that it was real-time. They said real-time on a PlayStation 4.
What do you think?
It's a lot to take in, kid. Where do I even start?
Holy shit.
You've been out of the game for a long time. Or maybe I need to remind you.
It's
the
true,
kind
he
of
argued
people
with
we'd be
himself for a
crossing.
while. I didn't believe it.
Sully, I know the risks. But come on, it's a surefire plan.
Yeah.
The sand moves!
If there's one thing I've learned in all these years, it's there's no such thing as a surefire plan.
Of
I don't
course,
really have an option here.
the sand could move via cinematic scripting. Like, it doesn't mean there's going to be dynamic sand in the
You're
game.
right. I've been out of the
Still gonna
game,
be
but
pocket sand.
I need back in.
Wow.
So can I count on you? One last time.
Wow.
All right, kid. Let's go do it.
Some of his expressions look like Nathan Fillion.
One last time.
And the reason I'm going nuts, despite my I actually made a vlog going into E3 with a grain of salt, based on being burned in the past with over promising and under delivering. However, Naughty Dog's track record, I looked back on. I should have actually queued it up. I was going to, but ran out of time. The Last of Us trailer, the first ever Last of Us trailer we watched, was the exact same as they delivered. Old Uncharted trailers all look the exact same as what they ended up delivering. Naughty Dog doesn't tend to overpromise and underdeliver.
Nice.
And I doubt they will this time either. I hope they won't, and I doubt they will. And this is one that Optimistic Fresh is on. I really, that's the sort of shit, we are finally getting out of the Uncanny Valley. And like I've said before, if you're gonna try to get out of the Uncanny Valley, you better be goddamn good at it. And you better be pushing the limits of what every game before it did. If you can't get out, If you can't even try to get out, then you should go stylized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's looking like it's getting out.
Yeah. Yep.
And
That is awesome.
we're on the precipice of like a crazy new emotional connection to video games because it looks like real actors.
Yeah.
You look
Yeah.
like you're playing an HBO show or something.
Yeah.
So cool. So 2015. I wonder what Naughty Dog's track record is for pushing back.
For release
Yeah.
date.
What happened
I
to
wonder.
Last of Us? They got pushed back,
Yeah,
right?
I think
yeah.
So it might not be 2015, might be 2016.
I would imagine it would be late 2015.
The grain of salt to take also with that trailer, it's important to remember that as with Beyond Two Souls, the detail in Nathan Drake's face that you saw there on the PlayStation 3 was actually quite achievable on the PlayStation 3 during those close-up scenes during the loading screens. Remember how much detail was on their face?
Yeah.
Tons of polys because they could achieve it when there's nothing else in that room. It's a
No other
face. There wasn't even a body attached. It was a face during the loading screens that allowed them to make it hyper detailed. So that scene could have been crafted from the ground up to include very little, like it could have been just perfectly detailed so that it would take advantage of the
close it
power and just have as little assets involved as possible to make it possible on a PlayStation 4. However, again, on the optimistic side, they have a couple years to, and we know these guys are fucking masters at getting the juice out of old system. Well, the system's new, but
Yeah.
they could get the juice out of old systems, as we saw with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do with this. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let's talk about one more time. Let's go back through and really pay attention.
Sorry, excuse me.
It's Uncharted. We fucking love it.
Yep.
Let's pay attention to what's being said though.
Uncharted?
Yeah.
Okay. So graphics aside, the graphics are what smack you in the face, but let's listen to what like the story is potentially unraveling in Nathan
I like
Drake's
where it's
world.
going. Yeah, they did
So-
age him nicely.
What do you think?
It's a lot to take in, kid. Where do I even start?
So Nathan comes to Sully with
You've
a
been out of the
plan,
game for a long time.
like he always
Fly,
does.
moves weird like a fly.
Maybe I need to remind you the kind of people we'd be crossing here.
Out of the game a long time.
It makes it sound like, well, you remember in Uncharted 3, he left, like he kind of, they insinuated that he was gonna have a family with
Yeah.
the girl.
Yeah.
Sully sounds like he stayed in the game. The way
Yeah.
he's talking makes it sound like, where have you been,
You've been out of
kid?
here for a while, man.
Even though throughout Uncharted 3, it sounded like Sully wanted out of the game.
Yeah.
But as we see with Nathan and Sully, he's always able to drag Sully back in.
Yeah.
Sully, I know the risks. But come on, it's a surefire plan.
He has his ring? What does that mean?
If there's one thing I've learned in all these years,
between
it's there's no
3 and
such
4
thing
then?
as a surefire plan.
I don't really have an option here. You know
The
that.
wedding ring. He's married, yeah, so he did get married.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I've been out of the game, but I need back in. So can I count on you? One last time?
Will it be Nathan Drake's last adventure?
Kid,
Are they retiring the
gonna do it.
character after this?
one last time.
Yeah, me either, right? I want them to go back in time and do
Yeah.
prequels with Sully young again.
Yeah. But still all great.
That's the that's the beauty of voice actors is that you know you can play.
Great.
Anyways, the other thing to note is that during the teasers, during the VGXs, the map that they go across was tracing another one of Drake's trails, the Explorer. What's a Drake? Whatever the fucking
Yeah.
Drake. Sir Francis Drake. Yeah.
Yeah.
It ended in Africa, so that's apparently the setting.
Huh.
All right.
Q.
Send.
We'll be back. So that's the end. That's how they ended it. They ended it with the bang. So overall, you can see why
Yeah, it's
it's
pretty
probably going to
kick-ass.
be pretty hard to top that. Just the sheer number of stuff they showed.
Titles.
Even if it wasn't all exclusive to PlayStation 4, the point is PlayStation put on a fucking show, and they throughout from beginning to end. It was just, you know, it was a highlight of E3 for me. All right.
Cool. It's all downhill
And
from here.
it includes my only whoa moment with Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll be back with Microsoft. Let's jump on into the competitor.